In this video, we will have a look at what Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg looks in candidates before hiring them. So let's get started. Facebook. Meta Platforms owns Facebook, an American social networking site. Facebook was founded in 2004 by Mark Zuckerberg, Eduardo Saverin, Dustin Moskovitz, and Chris Hughes. Approximately 3 billion people will utilize Facebook every day in 2021. Menlo Park-based firm. Facebook is ad-supported and free to use. Individuals and groups can create profiles and upload photos. Timeline, a section on each user's profile page where friends can contact them. Updates to friends' profiles and statuses are updated via status and news feed. Users can talk and text. Like buttons allow users to accept or disapprove of content on Facebook. A photo-sharing social network, a messaging app, and a texting and VoIP service are all Meta Platforms services. Facebook's attractiveness stems partly from founders Mark Zuckerberg's quest for transparency. To build personal ties, share ideas, and better society, the company's executives say transparency is necessary. Facebook's bottom-up, peer-to-peer engagement enables businesses to communicate with consumers. Its origins are unknown. Launched in 2003 at Harvard, FaceMash allows students to rank their peers' beauty. After 2 days, the service was shut down due to Zuckerberg's resource acquisition policy violation. A Mayfly-like FaceMash drew 450 visitors, 22,000 votes. The domain name www.thefacebook.com was registered in January 2004. His team included Saverin, Moskovitz, and Hughes. Facebook.com launched in February 2004. Students might upload photographs and personal information such as academic schedules and activities. Students from prominent schools like Yale and Stanford were eventually permitted in. MasterCard, for example, began paying for publicity on the platform in June 2004. A member's profile got the wall in September 2004. In addition to posting material on a user's wall, friends may also send messages to them. Facebook had 1 million active members in 2004. But at the time, MySpace had 5 million users. An important year for the organization. Facebook was renamed and allowed users to tag people in photos. Tags allow people to identify themselves and others in Facebook photos. No limit on the number of images. Foreign high school and university students were admitted in 2005. It had 6 million monthly users in 2017. Facebook grew beyond students in 2006. Advertisers were able to form new client ties as expected by Zuckerberg. A teeth-whitening product drew 14,000 people to a promotional event sponsored by Procter & Gamble that year. It was tough to contact multiple people before Facebook. Businesses began to use social media for marketing and promotion. Facebook's privacy worries linger. When Facebook introduced News Feed in 2006, it displayed every change made to a user's friends' pages. Facebook responded rapidly to user requests for privacy controls over their news feeds. Friends may see what users bought from partner companies using Facebook's Beacon service in 2007. Due to member concerns about privacy, it failed. According to a 2010 consumer study, the company's privacy policies are inconsistent. In February 2012, Facebook filed for IPO. In May, its $16 billion IPO gave it a $102.4 billion market valuation. Google Incorporated raised $1.90 billion when it went public in 2004. Zuckerberg's stock holdings were worth over $19 billion at the end of the first day. By 2021, Facebook's parent business will be called Meta Platforms. The Metaverse, where people interact in virtual reality. Now, what Mark Zuckerberg said he looks at candidates before hiring them. People with specific attributes, such as high intelligence, problem-solving abilities, energy, and honesty, are typically sought after by top global corporations when hiring for specific positions in their organizations. When it comes to selecting individuals for a job, the way Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg goes about it is radically different from how most people go about it. Mark Zuckerberg's criteria for a candidate who applies for a position at the Meta Corporation were discussed in one of his most recent podcasts. Mark Zuckerberg believes that individuals nowadays are primarily concerned with achieving their goals and do not place a high priority on making new connections and creating new relationships with others. When it comes to interviewing and hiring new staff, Meta chief feels that compatibility is a critical issue to consider. Who wouldn't want to work for a firm with a reputation for excellence, such as Google, Meta, Microsoft, or Apple, to name just a few examples? With the help of his team, Mark Zuckerberg, the company's creator and CEO, has built the world's 3 most popular social media platforms, including WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook, amongst others. He is currently bringing together a group of people that will work together to make the metaverse a reality. The desire to work for one of the world's biggest technological businesses exists among recent college and university graduates. Suppose you have aspirations to work at Meta in the future. In that case, compatibility with the company's creator, Mark Zuckerberg, is the most critical characteristic to possess. A recent podcast interview with MIT computer scientist Lex Fridman featured the Meta founder and CEO discussing the attributes he looks for in candidates that apply for a position at the company. The interview can be seen here. Top multinational organizations generally use a checklist or criteria to select candidates for a specific position inside their organization. Some of the attributes that may be present include high intelligence, problem-solving skills, energy, and integrity, to name a few examples. On the other hand, Meta has a very different way of thinking when it comes to choosing a candidate for a job. As Zuckerberg points out, individuals these days are generally goal-oriented, and they do not place great importance on making new connections and building relationships with others. Creating a personal connection with the candidate is considerably more important to him than fulfilling specific objectives in the interview. The Facebook CEO has also expressed his disinterest in treating employees like employees instead of focusing on whether or not he can create a personal relationship with them throughout the hiring process. When asked about hiring on the podcast, Zuckerberg replied that he would only hire someone enthusiastic about the prospect of working for the company. He then explained the reasoning for the strategy, noting that working with someone who shares your humanitarian views allows you to grow together as a result of your collaboration. Zuckerberg thinks that the theory creates an environment where people can work together and come up with new ideas for the future of humanity. When interviewing and hiring new staff, he believes that compatibility is a highly crucial issue to consider. This means that, if you are qualified but not compatible with Zuckerberg, or if you do not share his political or social views, you may be passed over for consideration by the corporation. In contrast to other companies, Facebook's hiring procedure prioritizes both talent and compatibility, rather than the other way around. 2 things the Facebook founder looks for in people. To better understand how the Facebook creator tackles hiring, I dug out this video from more than a decade ago, 2005, to be exact, in which he talks about his people management philosophy. He stated at the time that he was seeking 2 characteristics in a possible hire. 1. Raw intelligence. 2. Alignment with what the organization is trying to do. This second aspect appears to be the most important for Zuckerberg, as his emphasis on finding outstanding individuals aligned with the company's principles is something he has spoken about twice previously, first in 2005, and then more recently in 2015, indicating that it is a priority for him. Evidently, this is the most essential element for him, and it is something that many organizations discuss. Still, few actually invest the time and resources to investigate and comprehend. Even more convincingly, you may argue that cultural fit, how well a person fits into a firm, its values, and the people who currently work there, is one of the most essential aspects for a recruiter or hiring manager. Finding out about the attributes that highly successful business executives look for in their employees is an exciting learning experience. It's also remarkable that, for someone with Zuckerberg's level of success, the critical components don't appear to have changed all that much over time. What Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg looks for in job seekers. Top worldwide firms seek attributes like intelligence, problem-solving skills, energy, and honesty. Compatibility is a major priority for Meta's CEO. The Facebook CEO believes that compatibility is the most essential criterion in recruiting. Making a personal connection with the candidate is more important to him than meeting the goals of the interview. Humanitarian activities allow you to grow as a person. Facebook's employment process promotes both talent and compatibility. Zuckerberg has talked about selecting excellent people who share the company's values. He said this twice before, in 2005 and 2015. Which part of the video did you enjoy the most? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos. Hit that bell icon to catch the latest video as soon as it's out. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.